Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, we're not in the studio today, so we got to deal with loud noises, but we'll be inside once we're done here, so hopefully it'll be a little quieter. First thing we need to do here for taking off this seat and making it so I can actually have a little bit more leg room is to reach between the seat here and pull up. There's a handle right here. You pull up on this and the whole seat just kind of leans forward and comes off of a little pin there. Then in the front here, you can see right there, there's a bar that goes around this. So you got to pull back on the seat as you're pulling it up and out. Since I'm holding the camera, I can't do that, so next thing you'll see is me be inside. I'm sure most of you can figure out how to pull these seats out. They're very, very simple to do. And then we got the seat out here on the bench. I got a towel down, so hopefully we won't do any damage to these, because these are in super good shape. I gotta say, I think like this part here and the underneath parts feel like vinyl, but this middle section really feels like leather. Can anybody tell me if that's actually a leather seat? That would surprise me, but could be the reason why they are in such good shape. Then we're gonna flip it over, and on mine anyways, it appears either you could have a big flathead screwdriver or a Phillips will work. These look kind of bunged up a little bit here. Somebody used like a number 2 Phillips, and it actually looks like it's probably a number 3. And I got my number 3 Phillips, which appears to be what it is, and they weren't super tight, which is probably good that they aren't super tight, because they don't need to be. That one probably could have been a little tighter. And then this just should pull forward and back. Might need to give it a little bit more persuasion here. I'm gonna loosen these up a good chunk of change, because they probably haven't been moved for, I think, at least 4 years. I believe the last owner said they owned it. There we go. Now here's my conundrum. I don't know if I can pull it all the way forward and fit it in there. We'll also say there's little grommet things that are pretty well squished down that probably need to be replaced. I might see if I can find some replacement little boots here. That probably gives it a little extra cushion. I'm going to bring it all the way forward for now, or all the way back I should say, and see if this will fit in there. If you guys want to see some riding videos on this thing, please comment below, and I might buy some equipment for actually doing some riding videos. This isn't the same seat. It's the other one actually did fit in there fine, so we're good to go on that. Interesting thing though, I pulled this one out so that I can move it back as well, or all the way back, so if I'm in the passenger seat and my wife's driving, I should be able to fit in there comfortably too. But other interesting note, I got 2 of them now, so stay tuned. You should be able to switch these back and forth, or interchange them back and forth of each other. And so therefore, when we figure out where my wife can sit, because this thing's in my truck, once we get her in and get her seated and figured out where she'll sit, we'll adjust one seat for her and one seat for me. And then that way we can switch seats back and forth from driver to passenger, and if I'm the passenger, I'll be comfortable in my seat, and if she's the driver, she'll be able to reach the pedals and be comfortable in her seat. So that's a neat little side note some people might not have thought about. But regardless, the other thing, these have Torx bits, which from videos I've seen, I think these might be actually what are original, and the ones that are in there on the driver's side are not. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one for now all the way so it's as far back as it'll go, and I can be comfortable in either seat, and then we'll modify the seat to her as we go. Well, this appears to be a T27 in here, so I'm going to loosen these up. The last one I had to loosen them up quite a bit before it went, and then it moved real easy, so So I would say the torques are probably what you're going to have in yours, the T27. But you never know. I've seen actually people also put like 10mm head bolts so they could use just a regular socket on it. Things like that. I may change to that as well, just for the fact that the toolkit I have, I'm not sure if it has Torx stuff in it, so that's something I'm going to have to get together as a toolkit for this thing. Although the driver's seat one allowed me to put it all the way to the back, this one here is not working on the passenger side. I cannot clamp it, so I am going to actually have to adjust that, and you probably will too. I pulled it just a little bit so you can just barely see that poking out. So that first adjustment didn't work, so I went ahead and loosened it up, stuck it on here until it'll stick on here, and I'm going to try and carefully pull it off and tighten it. But I am curious if maybe the seat back is bent back a little bit or something like that. I may try it actually on that side because I want my seat tilted back a little more, so we'll have to see if this fits in the other side better, or if it's just the way the back end of this thing is built. Well, I have figured out that for some reason that seat leans back more. I don't know if the seat got a fat person in it that bent it back or what, but this one actually will, with the track all the way forward, will fit in there nice. So I think this one is good, so we'll put my wife in that one. And I think that one might be bent back a little bit, but quite honestly, one of my videos was going to be me figuring out how to make one of these lean back a little bit for my back. So this might actually work really well for me. I might see if I can push it back even a little bit more, because I do think that side, maybe the firewall maybe goes back a little bit more, but I'm not sure. Like I said, this one is now as far back on that rail as I can get, and it does fit here, as to where that one is still adjusted forward and it's barely touching the wall back there. So I might be able to get a scooch more out of it, but that seat appears to be bent. We're going to run with it for now. Hopefully you guys got something out of this as far as adjusting your seats. Obviously it depends on if your seat has problems or not, like mine did, but there you go, now you know. Well, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.